Yes, and we live. Put this light on. Perfect. And we live. And we just want to have a simple, brief discussion. It's not going to be that long, but I can't tell you how long the conversation is going to be. But we're definitely talking about exercising. We're exercising, 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 and how important it is to exercise. And why don't we exercise? So that's the reason why I named the title Exercise. Now, I've been exercising, I've been training, I've been working out my whole entire life. So, exercise, fitness, that's a normal part of my life, you know. Now, to each his own, everybody has their vices when it comes to releasing stress. And also, everybody has their own technique when it comes to exercise. But I'm here to explain and hopefully to motivate y'all to exercise more. Now, we all know exercise is the number one, it's the, how I want to explain it? It's the most difficult activity to be consistent with in life, okay? It's the most difficult activity to be consistent with in life. Exercise, training, working out on the daily basis, on the weekly basis. It's the easiest activity to stop doing, no matter how long you've been doing it for. You could be exercising for 50 plus years. 2 days in a row can mess you up. 2 days in a row without exercising can mess you up. That's why whenever you're training, people that's really serious about training, people that's serious about working out, they try to refrain from injury. They try very hard to refrain from any type of injury because they know once they injure themselves, you're going to be sitting down for a while. CR, what's up? Amaya, what's up? We're talking about exercise right now. So anybody that's really serious about training, anybody serious about working out, we really try hard to refrain from injury because once you get injured, you have to sit down. You have to reroute the way you do things. Now, I'm not going to say, I saw you at the convenience store. What's up? I wasn't at the convenience store today, though, but I appreciate it. Uh, Once you stop working out, it's harder to get right back on track, guys. It's harder. So it's like you're working out, but you're also keeping in the back of your mind, hey, I'm not trying to injure myself. Sticking to a routine that works, sticking to a routine that's safe. And that's why whenever you go to a gym, especially if you're a first timer, right? You start seeing the regulars, people that's there every single day. And the people that's there every single day, they do the same exercise. They try not to overdo it. And if they do overdo it, it's only by a little bit. Why? Because you're trying to refrain from injuring yourself. Exercise is so important. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Phil. You're trying to refrain from injury, and in doing so, we're cautious individuals. But let me stop talking about that. I want to talk about why you should exercise. And I say this every single day, anytime that I'm live on my other channel. I have a fitness channel, Train Me Feel, and you can look me up, Train Me Feel, and I'll pop up. You're not working out, you're not exercising for the instant results. You're working out, you're training, you're exercising for longevity. Okay? It's the longevity that you're exercising for, that you're training for. You're training for whenever you get older, whenever you start losing a little bit of muscle, your bones start getting a little brittle. Can you can you withstand the impact if something were to happen whenever you get 50 plus, 60 something, 70 something, 80 something years old? Can you withstand the impact? Are you ready to um, are you willing to accept the results that comes with that if something like that happens? So that's why you exercise now. You get in a consistent routine because guys, age is coming. Time is the most vicious. It's the most vicious. I really want to call it an element, but it's not an element. But it's the most vicious activity that you have on Earth. It's it never try it never tries. It never stops. Okay, time never stops. Thoughts on Brazilian chicks? They're beautiful, but let's be honest, guys. Are you ready for whenever you get older? Do you have a consistent exercise routine that you can go to? Are you training every day? Are you training at least 3 times a day? 3 times a day? And if you're not training, why? Okay? What's the excuse? All right? Are we waiting for a doctor to tell us, hey, you need to start doing a little bit more physical activity? What are we waiting for? All right? Now, one thing I can honestly say, I've been going live for 76 days. Today was 76. I just got off live probably about an hour ago. About an hour ago. And every day that I wake up, I'm not going to say that I'm ready to train, but it's like I still have to muster up that energy. I have to muster up that determination to work out every single day. It's something that I hate to do, but I love the results of. I ain't gonna say that. It's something I hate to do, but I love to do as well. And it's going to be like that. It's like a love-hate relationship, but you have to do it. You have to do it. You know, and once you develop a consistent exercise routine, you feel bad whenever you don't do it. Okay, so I always tell my subscribers that's following me on my other channel, Train Me Feel, if I do miss a day, which is rare, I have to be so tired where sleep and fatigue consumes me, and I just fall asleep and I don't wake up until the next day. I double up the next day. Okay, if I miss a day, I always double up on my exercise the next day. All right, making up for that time. You know, so yeah, exercise. Exercise is something that everybody needs to do. Everybody needs to do. All right. You might not want to do it. You might think of every excuse in the book. But one thing that I tell my followers, my subscribers, several things. Your family depends on it. Your children depend on it. If you're a business owner, your employees depend on it. People that's under you depend on you. So being the healthiest that you can be, all right? Especially when we talking about the physical side. That can help you in the long run in life. Okay? It's not fun being able, you in the grocery store or you in the supermarket or grocery store, supermarket's the same thing. Grocery store, you in the mall, you in a clothing store, you out and about in public, right? And you have to squat and pick up something and you can't really do it. Or you have to, uh, you might have to run somewhere and you're not able to do that. That can affect you, guys. That can affect you not only mentally, but physically as well. Because if you're not doing any physical activity on a daily basis, whenever you wake up the next morning, or a couple of hours after you doing that physical activity, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it, guys. You're going to feel it. I was talking to my sister. I talk to her almost every day. But I was talking to her about a month ago, and she was talking about how difficult it is to get back into the routine of working out because her schedule is so busy. And I definitely understand exactly what she's saying. But I always take this into consideration too, right? We always make time for the things that we want to do, right? We always make time for the things we want to do. What's so hard about setting 25 minutes, 20, 25 minutes aside just so you can do some type of physical activity? All right? Especially if you're trying to get good, if you're trying to better yourself, if you're trying to better your physical, if you're trying to better your physical, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're trying to better yourself physically, right? You have to make time for that. A lot of us like to watch TV. A lot of us like to eat, snack, whatever, talk on the phone. And we make time for that, guys. We make time for that. It's the same thing with your body, okay? You have to make time for that. Now, we're not talking about eating right now. We're simply talking about exercise. We're talking about exercise. We're talking about working out. We're talking about fitness. There's little things that you can do that will count as physical activity. You could be lifting your hands up in the air, putting them down. Lifting your hands up in the air, putting them down. This right here, this is an exercise. You could do this for 20 minutes a day. All right? Out, in, up, down, up, down. And that right there can work your shoulders. Okay? Also is working your pecs. If you're a man, working your breasts, firming those up so they can be a little more perky, you know. And it's also targeting your abdomen area. So it's different things that you can do. And that's just sitting down. You could stand up and you could do other activities too, other exercise activities. Guys, there's so many activities you can do. There's no right or wrong way to exercise, but you do have to put that work in. Are you willing to come and be there every day? Are you willing to commit? Now, I know it's not going to be easy. I know some days you're probably going to be like, I don't feel like doing it. And that's when you do it the most. That's when you do it the most. When you're tired, when you don't feel like doing any of that, that's when you do it the most, guys. Okay? That's when you do it the most. Now, what I do two exercises every single day. I do my 500 diamonds, push ups, and I also do 500 calf raises with that. Because every time I do upper body, I have to do something with my lower body. I also do the deck of carb workout. Okay? And that's a old workout. That's an old exercise, and I'm drenched every single day. I'm drenched. Anytime I do this exercise, I'm drenched, guys. I cannot avoid the sweat. I cannot avoid the reps. All right. Every single time that I do this workout, I am drenched. I'm drenched. And like I say, you're more than welcome to follow my channel to see exactly what I'm talking about. But it's no way around that, guys. You have to. You have to. Okay? You have to exercise. You know? And, let me take that back. You don't have to do anything. But the older you get, you're going to feel it. That's why you see so many older people now. And not just older people, young people too. You know, people are overweight. People are obese. They can barely walk. You know, they don't have enough stamina. They don't have enough endurance. And I'm not saying everybody's like that, but if you're here in the US, there's a large majority of us that's overweight. And when I say us, I'm talking about everybody. I'm not just talking about me, you know. Like I said before, you're working out for the future. You're not just working out for the instance, okay, for instant results. All right. And if you're working out for instant results, kudos to you. My hat goes off to you. But we're really working out for longevity. Okay, we're working out for whenever we hit 50, whenever we hit 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, I knew. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Appreciate you coming in. We're talking about exercise today. All right, so guys, you can do it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be days where you don't feel like working out. You're not going to feel like exercising all the time, but you can do it. All right? You can do it. I told myself almost 2 weeks ago that I was going to start going live every day on this channel. This is my podcast channel. And tomorrow, because tomorrow's Thursday, so yeah, I gotta upload like maybe like three, maybe four different podcasts. I told myself that I was gonna go live every day with this channel and start uploading podcasts every day. So I haven't been uploading podcasts every day, but I've been going live every day. But my whole goal is to upload podcasts daily on this channel and to go live every day. But not just this channel, the rest of my 5 channels. I got over 10 channels, but I want to be consistent with 5 channels. Okay, because if I can give at least an hour attention to each channel's guys, I mean that's only 5 hours a day. And I can do that first thing when I wake up in the morning. But I will have to wake up early, early. As far as exercising, another suggestion that I would say, come up with a routine. Come up with a routine, okay? You need a consistent routine and you need to be faithful to this routine. That means every day, okay? Every day, whether you write it down, you need to take accountability for your actions. But every single day, we got to be consistent. Consistent leads to rewards. Consistency leads to meeting people and meeting your goals. Okay? So you want to be consistent and it's going to be tough. Like I said, exercise is the most challenging, toughest activity to be consistent with on earth because you could be working out, like I said in the beginning, for 50 plus years, but 2 days of you just taking a break, oh, it's going to be hard to get right back on track. Guys, this is nothing to play with. Once you start training, once you start exercising, once you start working out, fitness becomes a part of your daily routine. And you want it to be a part of your daily routine because whenever it's time to show, whenever it's game time, you're ready. Okay? You're ready to produce. It's time for you to go to bed, man. So, yeah, like I said, I want y'all to start training. It's time for you to go to bed. Okay? So, like I said, excuse me, guys, I was talking to my son. Training, exercising, all right? You can do it. It's going to be tough. It's not easy. It's not easy. Every day when I wake up, I have to muster up that energy to train. I do. I do. And it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But when you want results that's going to help you 25, 30 years down the line, you have to keep doing it. You have to keep doing it. And I want to talk. I want to say this right before I get off a lot. My dad, right? My dad's been working out all his life, basically. He just stopped maybe about like consistently, maybe like I really want to say maybe like about 15, 20 years ago. But before that, he's always been working out. But you can't stop though. It's like once you have to do this every day, you know, because now, he finds that he just started working back out, like walking the treadmill, little stuff like that. But you got to be consistent. It doesn't matter how long you've been working out. It don't matter how long you've been training. When you stop, you start getting lazy. If you don't want to be lazy, you know, you have to force yourself to do it. You know, that's one thing I have to honestly say. Like, I'm glad that I have a great relationship with my father because now the I see the traits, his characteristic traits from my dad and my mom, which is DNA in me, and it goes back to. But I see the traits that I don't like, and I try very hard to avoid those when I'm doing what I need to do. Okay, so I try to avoid not wanting to work out, or I've worked out my whole life. I don't need to do it no more. You know, I used to hate when my dad used to say that, and I don't like using hate, but I strongly dislike when my dad used to say that. Like, so what? You still got to work out. So I'm hard on myself. No matter what, I have to work out. Okay? If, shoot, I could have been in a barbershop for 12, 13 hours. It's only 24 hours in a day. When I get back home, if I'm tired as a mug, I need to make sure I'm cooking for my son, and I need to make sure that I'm on live, even if I'm not on live. But I gotta do my workout. You know. And after I finish exercising, after I finish training, I feel so much better. Why? Because that's a goal. Every day I have a goal of hitting. All right. Even after I get off of live right now, well, not right now, but in a few minutes, right? I have to do 2 more sets. I have to do 100 more push-ups and 100 more calf raises, and I'll be finished with my 500 diamond workout and calf raises workout. Like, it never stops, guys. It never stops. It's about to be 11 o'clock, and that means we have 1 more hour until the next day. And then I'm prepping my mind for my training in a couple of hours, basically. You know, it never stops. All right. So let me talk to my young people. Okay. So if you're in your 20s, if you're a teenager, even if you're in your 30s, right? Because I'm in my 30s too, but I'm talking to everybody that's younger than me. Develop a healthy, consistent routine. Develop that now because whenever you get older, you're going to stick with it and you're going to feel a certain type of way if you don't stick with that routine. Okay? You want to stick with this routine and you want to do it every day. Hold yourself accountable. All right? Hold yourself accountable. The more you hold yourself accountable, you will do it. Okay? Because it's going to bother you. It's going to bother you in the inside. All right? Guys, it's Philip Randolph. We just finished talking about exercise. Develop a consistent routine. Exercise daily, especially those days that you don't feel like doing it. Do it anyway. All right? You can do it. You can do it. No matter what, you can exercise. Just get there and do it. Once you start, you got to finish. All right? If you need advice, always leave a comment below. There's no right, wrong answers. Okay? Always leave a comment below. I look forward from hearing from you, and I also look forward to see you start your exercise, your workout journey. Okay, guys, it's been a joy. Until the next live, stay blessed, stay focused, and I'm out.